2 of the Full-Time Banter Show. I am Tariq.
I'm Liam.
I'm Riz.
And yes, this is...
It sounds so excited. I'm Riz!
It's okay. It's okay to be excited. We are excited for this part because is the film section, which we missed last week because our special friend Liam was not here, who's missing. And
Thank
really
you guys.
All the film section.
All the love in the world.
Yeah. And we've had, this has proved really popular. We've obviously struck a chord with everyone out there because we've just had a ton load of messages and at Full-Time Banter 7 and on our YouTube channel. Just tell
Which
us,
you need to do what, Tariq?
like, share and subscribe.
Good
That's
man.
right. I keep forgetting. Remember, do it right now. Like, share, subscribe.
Pause the video. We'll wait. We'll still be this.
Okay. But the film section, the topic was our favourite sports films.
Sports films, yes.
And we've had all sorts in. There is a slight running theme because I've had a look through them all. But stay tuned and see what you think as well. I'm just going to go straight into it because I personally, what I was saying last week as well in the other video, was thinking in my head sports bios.
You were more documentary bio style.
But people have just come in with all sorts and it's made me change my mind as well. So here we go, straight in.
Yes.
Alex McDonald comes in with Rocky 3. Yeah, Club of Land. Rocky 3
They
followed.
were pick track. They were trained killers. They didn't stand a chance. I need you now, brother. Condolence is here, brother. In the flesh.
Can't go anymore.
Back in your corner, boy. Back in your corner.
Okay. Rocky 3 that was, in case you didn't know. Alex's choice, Rocky 3, followed by Escape to Victory.
Escape to Victory. Top choice.
Yes. What's the theme tune from that? Am I thinking of the right one?
Are you thinking of Great Escape?
No, that's
You're thinking A-Team.
That's
He's thinking
oh,
A-Team,
never
aren't you?
mind. No, not A-Team, no.
You know what?
Next one. Come on.
With that one, Escape to Victory. No, when I watched that, I was like underwhelmed. So Alex, I know you like it, but tell me why. Because next time we speak, I need to know why.
We will tell you why.
Yeah. Well, I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yes, I was expecting far more from it than I got.
You know what? We'll come to that. Hold that thought, Riz, till the end. Next one, Stuart and Lisa. Thank you again for getting in touch. Stuart and Lisa start with Escape to Victory. Yes, and their second choice is more of along the lines of what I think in a documentary type. TT3D, Closer to the Edge. I'm going to repeat that. Make sure there's no you didn't mishear that or anything. TT3D as in the Isle of Man. TT races. Yeah, Closer to the Edge.
Listen, get your mind out of the gutter, mate. Listen, guys.
We try.
Motorbikes.
Try to keep this highbrow.
I know. There was no smut last week, and I've come back and lowered the tone.
Filth, absolutely.
But personally, I could recommend that. Fantastic. It's got a voiceover by Jared Leto.
All right.
Yeah. So
do you know that impression, by any chance?
No, he's good.
Jared Leto's the guy who's the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely rubbish.
I remember the name,
But yeah, really good. Isle of TT's crazy anyway.
It is,
isn't it?
Well,
Mountain people who die.
Brutal.
It's basically like buying a lottery ticket for death.
Isle of Man TT,
Isn't it?
yes.
Somebody's going to die. Somebody's guaranteed to die, unfortunately. But yeah.
Lottery ticket for death.
It is. Yeah.
I know. It's just like I just can't imagine him.
Stuart and Lisa, thank you very much for that. It's a good shout.
Thank
It's a
you.
good shout.
Next one, our friend Miguel. TJ, how you doing?
DJ.
I want to know which is TJ's team in the league, by the way. I've been trying to look him up. There's a Jose Manuel Carlos.
No, that's one of my other friends.
Okay.
Nah, that's one of my
Hola.
other friends. Hola. Jose Manuel.
So this is
I think he got about 53 points, but we'll talk about it when we're on Fantasy Football League. So,
anyway.
TJ.
Miguel. His number one choice, Senna.
Like it.
Number 2, When We Were Kings. The Muhammad
Ali
biopic.
boxing, yes, documentary.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Yes.
Yes, Ali, Bomaye.
Aye.
Okay, I was going to do the poem then, but I've completely forgotten it. I don't know it. Number 3, The Damned United.
Yes.
Yes, I like it.
Brian Clough,
yes. Absolutely love that film.
Yes.
That's
No.
fantastic. No, shut up.
No, it's all based.
Leeds United, innit?
It's all based on malarkey.
Yes.
Come on.
As a film, I enjoyed.
Great
But-
film, but
As an overall thing,
not
with-
rooted in fact, is what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Damn,
Yeah,
I
good
love
shout.
it. I
Yeah,
love
good
that
shout.
film. Yeah, Miguel, good shout. Number 3.
Michael
Number
Sheen can
4.
start off, by the way, as well.
Cool Runnings Man.
Shaka, you're still alive, man.
Tallulah. The name of Tallulah.
I've started
Got all these
impressing
quotes, yeah. Okay. Good, yeah, okay. Number 4.
Tariq,
yeah.
have you got your lucky egg in your pocket?
No.
It's just the way you start.
Just pleased to see you, Reece. Number 5. Raging Bull.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant. I love that movie.
Again, yeah, very good film, very good. Arty film. If you're into art cinema, fantastic.
Yes,
Watch that.
fantastic.
And yeah, back again when De Niro was making good films still
Yes,
back then. He's
yes.
still young. Yeah. Miguel finishes off by saying, Miguel, by the way, fantastic choices. Says Senna, definitely the best out of the lot. Enjoyed watching the others very much. Let's hope your bearded friend doesn't criticise the choices. You know what? We had this last week, Miguel. Have I said something to upset you?
I think that's from last week. He was looking forward
Yeah.
to the films last week.
Okay.
So I think since then, he may have edited.
Okay, anyway, I got to say, Liam is a cool.
Liam is a cool what? Cool guy.
Cool what?
Cool egg.
We don't know.
It's cool, everything.
Oh,
Cool
we
dude.
don't know if that's a typo. And it's supposed to say something else.
That'd probably be more apt, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Liam is a...
yeah. But yeah, Philip,
Well,
you know,
guys, at full-time Banter 7, 4-letter word starting with C.
Guys, you want to go for it?
Thank you, Miguel.
Thank you, Miguel.
Yes.
TJ.
I don't know, just a point, Miguel. I don't know if you've ever heard of the sandwich feedback method, where if you're going to criticise somebody, you start with something nice, give your feedback, and then you finish with something nice. Just a little point for you next time, maybe, yeah? Liam.
Liam, over to you, mate. We've got loads here, guys,
Yeah.
so we're just going to go straight into it. Next, Liam.
So we've got Sarge, who's given us 3. He's given us Happy Gilmore.
Sarge, if you're watching this, we know Sarge from our footballing
Yes,
days.
you will
I
get to
also
know
used
Sarge
to work
very,
with
very
Sarge as
soon.
well. So, guys, if you want, put some comments for Sarge's
Sarge.
movies because he loves the love. So share it.
Yes,
Yes,
it's a happy,
Happy
bunny.
Gilmore.
It's Happy Bunny, Sarge.
Yes.
You're all going to meet Sarge very, very soon.
Definitely.
indeed.
Top guy, Sarge. So
Happy
thank you.
Gilmore.
Yep, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Happy Gilmore, Escape to Victory, rearing his head again, and Concussion starring Will Smith.
Oh.
Concussion. I sit on
So
the fence with
depressing.
that. I sit on the fence with that.
Well, it sounds like gonna be a laugh a minute. Isn't it?
Exactly.
I thought the actual scenes, like the way it was, but the storyline wasn't.
It's a dead film.
Dead,
Seriously,
dead.
it's a dead film about
Dead
concussion.
brains.
What you should have picked, and if you haven't seen it, Sarge, I suggest because what concussion is about injuries suffered by rugby players and American football players. If you want to watch a film about that, watch Invictus. That's a good film.
South African rugby team
Yes.
with the apartheid with Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Fantastic, another fantastic
Yeah,
movie
so-
there. So yes.
Forget concussion. Yeah. Next one, anyway. Poor choices there, Sarge. Got to say.
Thank
You're
you for
right,
your
I mean,
options.
sure.
Listen, T's 18 again, and you might comment and say, look, tell your bearded friend to shut up. So come on, guys. Listen, T, let him have this say.
Okay. Go ahead.
Then we've got Saqib, who's given us Cool Runnings, Escape to
Ooh,
Victory,
yes.
Rocky 3, and Fight Like Conan Tigers, a documentary about Pakistan's 1992 World Cup.
Yes, guess who
triumph.
was the captain of that Pakistan side, Liam?
It was the name has escaped me in a minute, but he's
Now, yes, Imran
Imran
Khan,
Khan.
now the president-elect
yes.
of the beautiful nation of Pakistan.
Right.
And happy Independence Day, guys, for the last few days that have just gone by, and also to India as well. So we're not biased one way or the other.
So yeah, Mohammed Saqib, he's from Rochdale.
Good
So
lad.
he's a fellow Dalian.
Fellow Rochdalian.
Deltonian, is
okay.
it? Dalian?
Cool Runnings. Rocky 3 again.
Listen,
Yeah,
let's
we're
get to
getting
Victory. We're going to have
films
this
here.
chat. We're going to have to have
Somebody
this
come out with
chat.
something different.
We're going to have to have this
Yeah.
chat.
Wasim has given us Rocky 4. You will lose. That was my Drago. So, you know.
Yeah. Steel.
Lagan, is that?
Yes.
Bollywood movie, but got nominated for an Oscar. I'm guessing that's quite rare, is it? Because does Bollywood have their own?
Yeah. 'cause,
Yes,
yeah.
they have their own version.
What's
of
that about, by the way?
Oscars.
Just-
Lagan is it the cricket one? It's about the Raj.
I have not seen it, so I cannot
I
comment.
believe-
so I'm sorry.
If I'm correct, it's about the British Raj being over in India, and obviously the Indian population not very happy, and it centres around a cricket match between the Indians and the British.
Okay.
Yeah.
I very rarely watch Bollywood movies, so
Yeah, me too.
I honestly can't comment. But whilst it's a good choice either way, if you're
Yeah,
saying
thank
it's
you.
there,
Well, we might dig it out and
you
educate
might get us
ourselves.
more culturalised.
And his last one is Escape to Victory again.
Again.
Rocky
Hey.
and Escape to Victory. I mean,
Are
I
the
get
only
Rocky.
sports movie people have seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So that's my three. Riz, hand it over to you.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think we've got a couple of different ones here now, alternatives. So we've got a chap called Saqib Parvez. I guess he is different to Mohammed Saqib, the guy above.
Saqib, yes, no, he's
Yes.
another friend of mine.
Fantastic. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
He's gone for Green Street. Anyone I do not know.
That is
what
the
that
is that the Elijah Wood one? Where
It is the one with Frodo.
He
It's
joins West Ham hooligans, is it?
yeah.
Is it?
It's
If you're going to watch a hooligan football film, it's the Football Factory. Danny
yes, exactly.
Foot soldiers.
I did say this before we move on to the next one. Really. I was saying to Saqib. Saqib is obviously not a big movie goer, not a big film buff. And I said, exactly that point. I said it's a hooligan film, and if you want to do gritty, dirty hooliganism, which is what it is, you don't go and put Frodo in it.
He's too pretty for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Make it a bit more convincing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Rise of the Foot Soldiers and stuff like that. You mean?
Yeah, horrible stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
so
well, never mind.
Green Street is, I can't think of any category where it is the best film.
I've not seen it, Saqib, so I can't comment my
It's
friend,
not
but
even the best.
obviously you like it,
Elijah Wood
it's a
film.
good shot, it's one of your choices, so thank you for that. And the other one he said is The Longest Yard.
Guessing that's the original.
The original
Burt
Burt Reynolds. I'm hoping it is Saqib.
I'm hoping it
Hope
is
it's
as
not
well,
the remake.
because it's a very, very good one now.
Yes, because The Longest Yard, I'll go with that. That was very good.
Yeah, very good.
And it was remade as Mean Machine with
Yes.
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones.
Yes,
I
yes,
like that one.
And Johnny Statham. That was
No.
pretty good, but yeah.
Jason.
Exactly.
Jason Statham, not
Yes.
Johnny Statham. brother.
Moving on from Saqib, so thank you very much. We've got Sal, Salman Hassan, one of our friends as well.
Sal,
that we
how you
get
doing,
known
Sal?
from football. Sal, thank you for popping these over. So he's gone for Warrior.
Big thumbs up.
Very,
Love
very
it.
good film. Love
Yeah.
that as well. The next one, I think is spot on with this. Colour of Money.
Oh yeah.
Colour of Money, Paul Newman, a young Tom Cruise. Pool Hustling, great film with Fast Eddie and innocent little Vincent.
Really, yeah.
Classic movie. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
It's a really, really
The
good
other
movie.
one, I don't know if they're related. What's the Sal will be able to tell us? There's a sequel or a prequel. They're connected. And I can't
I'm not
remember. I don't know if it's Cool Hand Luke or. But basically, I mean, Paul Newman. I don't mind saying this on video openly. What a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Paul Newman. Yeah, really big fan, and all
Mr. Newman.
his charity work and everything he used to do as well. But yeah, fantastic film. Tom Cruise as well. Can't go wrong.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So
Cool.
good couple of shots that, and he's finished that off with. He's gone with Moneyball, and he's just stated another great film based on a true story, which I again like. So
Yeah,
I think
Jim-
it's a
Jim
really,
Bean,
really
Jim
good.
Bean, Jim Bean of the old
Jim
days.
Bean, yes.
Which I've got to take a moment here before we carry on to talk about these three films because Sal is into his films like myself.
Billy Bean it was.
Billy Bean, yeah, that Riz. Love our 80s stuff as well, me and Sal.
Yes, you did, really good,
Yeah, I love it,
absolutely.
And he's picked some fantastic film, Warrior. I've got to say, man, nobody has seen Warrior.
You need to get on it.
Definitely. This is going to shock you. It's a film about mixed martial arts, about MMA, yeah? But don't let that cloud your judgment. Have you seen it, Liam?
No,
You haven't?
no.
Right. It's
Oh,
about-
Bravo, what are you doing?
No, I'm letting the team.
So put that to one side, it's about MMA, but then it stars Tom Hardy and Nick Nolte. And
Yes.
The Nolte's in it.
yeah, honestly, the acting is fantastic. The
Storyline is
Story.
second to none.
yeah, Tom Hardy is just an angry young man.
The action
He's
is
scary. You don't
Yes.
want to get in his way. And Nick Nolte, is just
Fantastic.
watch it.
You need to
I
watch
wanna
it.
tell
You need
you
to
more
watch it.
than
I
that.
wanna tell
Thank
you.
you. I'll,
Guys, get in touch with obviously what your views are on some of these shouts as well. So
Basically
let us
about-
know.
sort of the battle, the physical, the real life battle, and the emotional and psychological tussle between these two brothers
Yeah.
who are on different sides of the track.
Right.
Yeah,
Really,
but
really, really good.
Big thumbs up for brother. Gotta watch that. Colour of Money. If you haven't seen it, that's an old film.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
seen that? And Moneyball, again, Moneyball, love it because it ties into all the Fantasy League stuff and the
Yeah,
stats.
yeah,
and,
I'm going to talk about it because
yeah.
that is one of my picks.
Yeah,
as well,
definitely.
so
Cool, right.
You guys with that.
Any more? That's it, I think.
That's
We're all
it, that's
done.
it. I think we'll have a dabble with ours very, very
Yeah.
quickly. So, Tariq, if you want to start off with what you think.
Mine, you know what, after all those, so I'm spoiled for choice,
Yes.
Could have had the three that Sal's just said, but I'm going to stick with these three that originally came into my head. And a certain someone's going to be very smug and very pleased with themselves. I'm not going to mention his Spanish name, but number one, Senna.
Absolute brilliant.
Absolutely love Senna. I mean, Riz, me and you are into Formula One.
Yes, very
Yeah.
much so. Mentioned that before.
So because of that, you know, I've been into Formula One since a young kid.
Very good.
When I was about 10, I wanted to be a Formula One driver
Yeah.
or fighter jet pilot. That was the two things I
Just the
wanted to be.
adrenaline.
Just wanted to go fast, yeah.
Yes, very fast. Yeah, very high. But yeah, Senna, fantastic icon for the sport and for Brazil. And this documentary is just, it touches, pulls on your heartstrings.
It does.
It's very
much
emotional.
So. Very much so.
You've got to watch it as a documentary. You know, it's the guy.
Asif Kapadia.
Kapadia, I have to always forget that. Asif Kapadia,
Asif
who
Kapadia.
actually late after this did the singer.
Singer. Which one? What do you
The
want to
one who
say?
died.
Narrows it down.
Yes, the one who died.
Prince.
George
Female.
George Michael of
Cockney, Jewish.
Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Hey.
Amy Winehouse. Who did?
We got
Yes.
there.
Sorry, you confused me by saying singer.
They said Cockney.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
okay.
she was good. But yeah, he did the documentary
Yeah,
on her,
yeah.
which is supposed to be as equally lauded as well. So definitely watch Senna. My number two is Damned United. I'm
You
having
get fair
it.
play.
I'm
Yeah.
having Damned United. You can take all your pots, pans, go and throw them in the bin. Yeah. That was my poor impression of Brian Clough. But
Yeah.
Yes.
That, my chairman, is what I would like to call a bit of an idiot.
yes. And third one
Fine with these tonight.
Yeah, man.
is much better. I'm going to leave the impressions to you. My impressions are awful. Yeah, it sounded nothing like him. Number three, Moneyball.
I agree.
Yeah, which, as I mentioned briefly, Moneyball sort of ticks in with all my love of the research and the data and the stats
Analysis.
Yes.
analysis of fantasy league, fantasy football. And again, if you don't know what it's about, it's a film, fictionalized
get
film, based on real events. The Oakland A's, a baseball team in America, and Billy Bean, manager, revolutionized it.
GM.
He turned the sport on its head by reinventing the scouting system. So instead of following their old, have you seen the scene? Have you watched the film?
No, no,
You
no.
haven't?
I've seen it.
Have you watched anything?
Very good. Very
I'm
good.
That scene where they sat in the room with the scouts,
Yeah.
you know, scouting players for and the criteria they're using, it's hilarious. And this is real. This is what happens. It probably happens in football clubs as well. He's going around asking his scouts, you know, what they think of this player, and they recommend, yeah, this guy, yeah, good-looking lad. That's his recommendation for having him in the team.
Alright.
Good-looking lad.
Sell merchandise, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got
That'd have been snapped up straight away
a
then.
pretty girlfriend. Yeah,
Drives a fast car.
drives the and that's the criteria for
Hair's coloured
scouting.
pink.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, really old school, yeah. You know, his dad's 6 foot tall, yeah.
Yes.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
He's on the committee.
Basically, zero science, no proof.
Yeah.
And what he does, by help of an economist, an accountant essentially,
Yeah. So basically, in a graduate computing assistant, he brings an
Yeah.
analyst. Yes.
he, which is Jonah
Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Jump Street.
They basically reinvent the scouting system by looking at underlying stats and data and statistics, and they analyze it all.
Yeah.
And they bring in players as components towards providing a target for the team instead of one guy who does.
Yeah, doing
Watch
that.
it,
I
just
think,
watch it,
I
it
think,
makes
I think
sense.
on that one as well, pretty much we've given most of it away, but on that one as well, I think one of the reasons why it was so revolutionised was because this team, Oakland A's, had a very limited budget.
Yes, they were the
Very,
one of the
very
minnows,
limited
one of
budget.
the minnows.
So it was like, listen, I've got a budget which is not in comparison to any of the bigger teams. How can I change things? How can I do it? So then he brought this in. But what used to happen was players that weren't at the forefront in big teams, they used to discard them off and like, listen, this guy's got potential. So he used to go with stats like Tariq saying, go off that and then get the players, and then you'd see the value of the stock
Yeah.
rise. So a very good movie. If you haven't watched it,
And
watch it.
then the whole of baseball took his idea, and now
Yeah.
everyone uses it.
It was
Yeah.
very, very good.
So those are my 3. Yeah.
Good
who wants
shouts.
to go
Good
next?
shouts. Go on, Liam.
But I've got quite a list here because I started doing mine. I had to write them down on my phone. I started doing mine and I realised they were all sports comedies.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
fine, that's fair enough.
But then
Happy Gilmore by any chance?
Happy
Is
Gilmore
that on
wasn't
there?
there. Yeah, there's a lot of Adam Sanders.
The Mighty Ducks.
Waterboy as well. The Waterboy.
I hate that film.
Yeah, so I threw out some that were just generic sporting comedies that I do really love. Maybe we can cover this in a later
Yes.
topic.
Go ahead.
So I threw out Happy Gilmore, Space Jam,
Ooh, Michael Jordan.
Ready to Rumble, which is a wrestling one, No Holds Barred, featuring Hulk Hogan from the 80s, Blades of Glory, the Will Ferrell one,
Yes.
Rollerball, the original,
Right. The 70s.
Dodgeball?
original?
yeah, the 70s original one, Dodgeball as well, Death Race, the original, and
Yes.
the
I've not
remix
seen that.
as
I've
well.
not seen that.
And then I thought, I've seen that, I saw the guys, what they'd said, and I went, I'm coming into this a bit too
That's
light-hearted, so
Oh, hold on, before you give us your serious ones, out of those, I will go with Blades of Glory because I'm a massive
big
Will Ferrell fan.
yeah.
Yeah. And just that one scene at the meeting, I'm not going to say what it is, it's just hilarious, where the guy running the meeting and the Japanese woman sat next to him.
Oh yeah.
It's brilliant. I could watch that over and over, that's fantastic.
You can just have your son gift that.
Yeah. And Death Race and
I've not seen Death Race.
Rollerblades.
Rollerball.
Well, see, Death Race is good, you know.
Death Race and Rollerball, classic 70s.
So what's your real stuff, man?
Yeah,
Come on.
I thought about the Rockies and the Karate Kids, and I went, nope, they're a series of films, they're on their own. So I went for 5, and I went for Real Steel, the Hugh Jackman one,
Yes.
where it's set featuring fighting robots. I really enjoyed it,
I remember that.
and it's listed on IMDb as a sports film, so
Yes.
I went in.
Yes.
I checked that.
There's another
What's
one which
wrong?
Tariq doesn't agree with, which
Yeah.
I'll bring up in a minute.
Okay, go on, carry
So
on.
Real Steel, Escape
Yeah.
to Victory, featured again.
Okay.
The Replacements,
What?
which is a Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman film.
I've not seen it.
And it's based on, I think, and I might be wrong, I do apologise if I am, we'll put it in the box below, the 1978 Washington Redskins, is it? Yeah, Redskins.
Football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Washington
there was
Redskins,
a strike. It's American football. There was a
Okay.
strike with the players. So what they did was they got ex-players and other players and different people in to cover for the team, and they actually won.
Streak.
Yeah, they won the
They
3
won.
games they were there for, and
Yeah.
ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. So this isn't that story, but it's based.
It's based on
Okay,
that, it's,
right.
yes, because there is another one called Undefeated as
Yeah.
well,
Right.
which is
Cool.
so,
Well,
really-
original, I'll give you that. I've
Yeah.
not heard of that. I've never heard of
really,
that.
really
film.
good film. There's a
Yeah.
classic scene in the prison with I Will Survive as well.
Okay.
That sounds,
Okay,
that sounds a bit left. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, move on, swiftly.
So my top 2, I've got Yesterday's Hero, which is an Ian McShane film. Remember
Yes.
Lovejoy?
Yes, Ian McShane.
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting about these days. He's a
Yes.
bit of a gangster.
He always got about the McShane. Talking about handsome men, the McShane's got to be up there. So that's a 70s film, Jackie Collins.
Watch it.
Not based on one of her novels, but it's about a footballer who's playing in the lower leagues, and Paul Nicholas, who voiced Spot the Dog cartoons, is the chairman.
Okay.
Adam Faith is the manager. Do you know how Adam Faith died, by the way, brief aside?
No.
His final words were he was watching telly and he went, "This Channel 5's crap,"
Serious.
and then passed away.
Oh,
So Paul Nicholas is managing the team and says, "I've got an idea, it's a bit crazy, but it might just work." And Adam Faith goes, "Run, Turner, the man's a drunk!" And McShane is brought out of the lower leagues, and they
Good
go on a cup
impressions
run.
are spot on quality.
And they go on a cup run. Thank you. They go on a cup run, and it's cracking.
Yeah,
Cracking,
right.
cracking.
Watch that then, guys.
Hero.
Watch
I'll have to look that up.
Yesterday's Hero, and my top one was The Wrestler,
Whoa.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
I love that. I love wrestling. I don't care.
He does.
And the boys know.
Regularly jumps around in his.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's-
Where do you think I got this from? This was left over. No, I love wrestling, and I think it was a brilliant portrayal of what an ex-wrestler has to go through, emotionally and
wrestler
physically.
even, yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
Rourke, brilliant.
Mickey
I
Rourke
went- I
does
went
some
to-
cracking stuff.
Yeah, I went to see it with some university friends, and one of them said afterwards, "I didn't like that." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because it was about wrestling." And I said, "The film was called The Wrestler." And wrestling, I think wrestling and boxing are the only type of films where you could have that story about somebody that's down on the luck.
Yeah.
And in the film, there's only 9 minutes of wrestling, in about 1 hour 45.
Yeah, I mean that.
So there's hardly any wrestling in it. So don't be put off by the title of it.
Yeah.
Go and watch it.
That's the proviso. It's very much in the ilk of Warrior. Not
Yeah.
Warrior, is it Brothers? Is it called Brothers? What is it?
Warriors.
Warrior. Yeah, I keep forgetting I called that film Brothers for some
Brothers.
reason. Warrior. It's very much in that.
There are the two brothers.
Yeah. But it's very gritty and it's about the emotional impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got the strained relationship with his daughter. And
Yes.
his sort of failed career in wrestling. Watch it, definitely. Put those on your list if you haven't seen them.
Marissa Tomei's in it as well.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, replacements, Yesterday's Hero, and the wrestler. Get on it.
Thank you, Liam.
Yeah.
I like that list. Something
See, I've seen
new.
films.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen films.
Put them down on the description on YouTube or Twitter
Yeah,
on
I will do
our
actually.
handle as
I'll put
well.
that in,
So
yeah.
we can do
Good
that.
list.
We'll move forward. Brilliant list there. Brilliant list. I'm just going to keep mine very, very brief because we've
Yeah.
covered a couple of them anyway. So I went for Senna as well.
Mhm.
I just absolutely love Formula One, like you said, and I think 3-time World Formula One champion, tragic end to his life, the way it was, a big competition between Alain Prost as well. But what I loved about this documentary though, Tariq, is the actual footage, how it was choreographed and put together, and the shapes of the music behind it, his family scenes, the actual footage of his racing days. It was just brilliant, absolutely put together brilliant. So
I think you get the idea of him as a very humble but passionate person.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I think the reason why I wanted to point this out, like the way it was put together, because you get some stuff that's just chucked in,
Yeah.
and it's all a mishmash of this, and just you're hoping that it'll fit together and it'll kind of give you something beautiful.
Yeah.
But with Kapadia, he's just gone all out, and
He
he's
seems to have an art
Yeah,
for it, doesn't he?
absolutely.
The emotion comes through, and I think that's what they say about the Amy Winehouse one
that's
as well.
it. Yeah, absolutely. So
You
brilliant,
connect
brilliant.
with the objects.
Yeah, so guys, watch that. Recommend that. Obviously, the next one we touched on anyway, Moneyball. That's another one, fantastic. I just want to point out the only difference from what you were saying there before. I thought Brad Pitt in that movie was the way his character, the role he played of Billy Bean, the way it was all about him. It was all about Brad Pitt, and his acting just came out, and that was fantastic. And again, very good movie put together. And it's more than just a baseball movie.
Yeah.
I think that was there's more to it than that. So if you
Yeah.
haven't watched it, watch it. Go out and watch it. The last one is Raging Bull. So I've gone for that one. I'm a big boxing fan as well. A lot of people know that I'm out there. But I could have gone for Creed. I could have gone for Rocky and stuff like that. But I just think this was a bit more Jake LaMotta. The way is his story.
Volatile
Yeah,
character,
absolutely.
wasn't
And
he?
he's had a say in how that movie's made as well. In the ring, he's an absolute beast. He can batter you and knock you out and everything like that. Out of the ring, he ends up being like a similar character. You know, he wants the love of his friends and his family, but that violence, you know, the adrenaline to be,
that volatility.
you know,
and
absolutely.
he's very incendiary character. Very,
exactly. So
Again, very passionate.
massive challenges there, but just the way it was put together, constructed both in the ring and out the ring as well.
Scorsese, isn't it?
Scorsese, yes.
What?
Fingers in it as well. Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci,
I think he is
I love Joe
really,
Pesci.
really good.
He's actually the stabilising force, would you believe it? Because in every other film, Joe Pesci's a nutcase.
He is.
But in this, he's the sort of rope just reining in Jake LaMotta.
Yeah, that's it,
Right,
and that's why
yeah.
from that character point of view, and I think both in the ring and out of the ring, the way it was put together, again, wonderful. So
Yeah.
those are my three
Fantastic
picks
film.
there. So I'm just going to leave it at that because I think
Fantastic
the rest
choice.
everyone's touched on.
We're almost done. Thank you to everybody, genuinely to everyone who's been in touch, because that's what's making this show, and we're hoping you love it.
Yeah.
Give us a suggestion for next week. If you don't, we'll come up with something. You'll get a message from me. But yeah, suggest us something you want to talk about. Your favourite director, favourite actor, favourite genre, whatever you like. I'm going to throw it out there and say I don't like horror. So if you want to really wind me up, we can go with horror. But something else, whatever you
So if
like.
there's one thing he needs is to be wound up.
Yes.
Sorry.
Probably been accused of being moody. But before we finish, two things. Sorry, Grace.
Very quickly, you said you don't like horror, so behind you.
Okay. They don't frighten me. I just find them really boring. Yeah.
That's
I've got to give a
local
mention
language.
to, what was I going to say? There was a film I was going to talk about. Rush.
Let's race.
Yeah. Because, again, as I mentioned, Formula One, we love it. So if you want one that's a bit more Looks like a fictionalized version. It's basically the story of Niki Lauda, the Austrian racer, and James Hunt, the British racer. And they're completely opposite characters in the rivalry they had. So Niki Lauda is all about the science and the facts and the data and the engineering and, you know, about his career. He's a consummate professional. And on the other hand, you've got James Hunt, who's just all about beer and fags and girls and, yeah, let's have a race after I've done all that. So it is really, really entertaining to watch. And this, again, it's a real life characters, real life personalities, and the clash they had. So Rush, if you haven't seen
Rush
that,
is absolutely must.
don't go near the, if you do like Formula One, the Stallone one about Formula One. I don't even remember what that one's called. But the other thing, yeah, we were going to say is The Great Escape. That's what I want to finish on.
Listen, I watched it, seriously, I escaped to victory. Listen, I said I was underwhelmed. I never said I disliked it. I never said that it wasn't one of my favourites from, like when you're asking someone to choose a movie based on what they like and stuff like that. Yeah. I just thought at times it was just too predictable. Yeah. And I felt after I got recommended. I only watched it when I was in high school. So someone said, "Oh, have you seen this movie with Pele in it?" And I was obviously amazed by Pele and his performances and that, and they were just like, "Oh, Pele's in it, Stallone's in it" at that time. And I remember at the time, the only reason why I watched it was because I was watching Cliffhanger. You probably Cliffhanger with Stallone with the rock climbing and stuff like that. Right. So someone says Stallone's in it. He's done really good.
Bobby Moore in it.
More's in it as well. Michael Caine.
So they were saying all these. So I thought, right, let's watch it. And obviously got watching it, and there were certain elements, parts of it I liked, like the prison camp when they were in there, and then he's trying to get the team together, and then the army general's trying to like disorganise what they're doing and trying to do different things. Yeah. But then I just thought the way it just went about it was just underwhelmed. I was like really underwhelmed by it.
I don't know, maybe you've seen other things because it's come up in every list.
The people have spoken.
Listen.
Rocky and The Great Escape has come through, and I think
Escape to Victory.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why I keep saying Great Escape. It's flipping Saj has put it in my head.
Don't blame him.
He sent me a list earlier on, and at first he says Great Escape, and then he Escape to Victory, and then he calls it The Great Escape. Yeah.
Escape to Victory is a great film.
Yes.
So that's why I would.
The Great Escape is a good film.
I'm not disputing that as a movie. All I'm saying is I was underwhelmed.
Right. Well, no. Here's what I'll say. I'm saying my opinion of it. It's not a great movie. It's a silly caper, and that's why I like it. And I think there's a bit of nostalgia, maybe with the older generation, because around that time, those films, when I watched it, I don't know if they're all from the same time, but Escape to Victory, Von Ryan's Express, Frank Sinatra, Kelly's Heroes, and The Great Escape, Steve McQueen. Those, I watched all those films after seeing, one like that. So I've got a soft spot for them. And they are put. I mean, Stallone is the worst actor ever, but that is good. He's the overzealous key goalkeeper, and you got all his names. So it's not a great film, but it's a very good heist movie, because the heist is obviously instead of breaking into a bank, they're trying to break out of a camp. So all the planning and the build up and all that.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was probably expecting more, given probably at the time, what I was told with all this, and sometimes when you sit down and you just think, and I've seen it a couple of times since. The reason I'm watching it the first time, I'm just thinking like, am I missing someone trying to get? I just couldn't. I just felt it was decently put together. It was good, but for me, it was underwhelming.
Fair enough. So, you've watched it at least. You give it a go.
Exactly.
That's it. Any other points, Liam?
No, I think we've covered everything there.
Thank you very much. We've had a lot of fun.
That's good. You've given me a chance to indulge in impressions, so thank you guys.
Fabulous.
That's always good.
You're probably hating it.
Yes. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for joining us for part 2 film section. Hopefully you've watched part 1, the football section, and you're going to stay and watch the best part 3, the Fantasy League. Yeah. So thank you. Goodbye. See you soon.
See you.